I have seen people in college learn skills, grab internships, pay their own college fees, and find their passion. But I've also seen people in college party all day, get drunk, hook up, fail their exams, and live life the YOLO mode. If you have clicked on this video, I'm sure you don't want to be the latter. So here's everything you need to stay ahead of 99% of people in college. Number one, make it or break it. The time you spend in college is going to be the most foundational period of your life. And so everything about you, your habits, your thoughts, your beliefs, your POV about how the world works will depend on who you spend time with in college. There were people I used to spend time with and think all about the future of artificial intelligence, about robotics, about life in general. And there were people with whom I would sit and just waste time watching movies and just gossiping. Another huge mistake people make is to choose the college over the branch they are getting. They sign up for a random branch just because they're getting a great college. Remember, this is the topic that you will be reading, breathing, studying, learning, memorizing 24/7 for the next 4 years of your life. So it better be good. There's also a forbidden triangle which I was told about when I first entered college, and that had sleep, college life, and academics. And the idea is that you cannot master all three. You'll have to sacrifice on some or the other. You can have great sleep, you can have great study, but you might not have the best college life. You can have great college life, you can have great study, but you might not be sleeping the best every night. Also, if there's one thing I did right in my college time was to spend as much time as possible with seniors. I literally had more senior friends than people in my own batch. And that gave me perspective. I was able to understand what mistakes to avoid, what to really focus on, and what really matters in life. Because sometimes in the heat of the moment, we think something matters more when it actually doesn't in the long term. Now, there are thousands of colleges and universities to choose from. एंड इनमें से आपके लिए बेस्ट कॉलेज चूज करना काफी कंफ्यूजिंग हो सकता है, बट दिस प्लेटफॉर्म इज अ गेम चेंजर. इसका नाम है कॉलेज विद्या. आपको बस अपने कुछ बेसिक डिटेल्स फिलअप करने हैं एंड आंसर अ फ्यू क्वेश्चंस. एंड उसके बाद कॉलेज विद्या का एआई मॉडल आपको बेस्ट गवर्नमेंट अप्रूव्ड ऑनलाइन यूनिवर्सिटीज की लिस्ट दे देगा. ऑन सिलेक्टिंग योर डिजायर्ड यूनिवर्सिटी, आप या तो यूनिवर्सिटी से डायरेक्टली बात कर सकते हो या फिर कॉलेज विद्या एक्सपर्ट के साथ फ्री में ऑडियो और वीडियो काउंसलिंग ले सकते हो. एंड दीज एक्सपर्ट्स विल स्टे कनेक्टेड विद यू टिल यू गेट योर डिजायर्ड कॉलेज. आपको यहाँ पे इजी EMI ऑप्शंस मिल जाएंगे एंड विद द CV सब्सिडी program, you can even get a subsidy of up to 10,000 rupees when you get admission into your desired college or university. Here, you can easily compare the universities you like based on 30 plus factors like the fees, प्लेसमेंट्स, EMI, फैसिलिटी एटसेट्रा. इसमें आपको जेन्युइन स्टूडेंट्स के रेटिंग्स एंड रिव्यूज भी मिल जाएंगे. यहाँ पे एक जॉब्स एंड इंटर्नशिप पोर्टल भी है जिसके थ्रू आप हजारों जॉब्स और पेड इंटर्नशिप्स के लिए अप्लाई कर सकते हो. इनकी प्लेसमेंट सपोर्ट की सर्विस वैसे तो 6,999 की आती है, बट इफ यू यूज द लिंक इन द डिस्क्रिप्शन आपको वो भी फ्री में मिल जाएगी. सो डू चेक आउट कॉलेज विद्या टुडे विद द लिंक इन द डिस्क्रिप्शन ऑफ दिस वीडियो. Point number 2 is the skills you need to learn to win in 2024. Hear me out. It's all about the skills and less about the degree. It's less about the lecture you attend and more about what time you spend and what skill you are learning while you are in college. I hire people every single day who are studying in college, and all I focus on is how good are they at what they are doing. But no matter who you are, there are 5 skills which every college student must learn: code, content, communication, sales, and human behavior. You need to learn how to build stuff, and that's where code is going to help you. Knowing how to create something from scratch that millions of people can use and can scale indefinitely without you having to do anything is huge, is powerful. There will be so many ideas you'll have in the future, but you need an ability to actually build it from scratch. And that's why code is so important. It's not about what language you're using. It's more about understanding how can you build something from the ground up and just make it work and launch and see if people are genuinely interested. This ability of building and shipping is so important. Secondly, communication. I think this is the most underrated skill for a college student. So many people just disregard communication. They focus too much on academics. They focus too much on code, on other skills, while completely disregarding the importance of communication. And I have faced this. I went to these events, these public speaking events in which I could just not utter a single word. Knowing how to articulate your thoughts well and knowing how to debate with someone with the ideas that you have is important. And that is why communication skills can literally take you from a 3 out of 10 to a 8 out of 10, irrespective of what you're wearing, how you look, and everything in between. But if you can speak smartly and you can stand with the thought that you have and you can debate it well, that is powerful. I made an in-depth video for how to communicate well that you should check out. And once you learn to communicate with confidence, the third one is sales. You need to be able to know how to sell. You need to know the ability to influence, to persuade someone to actually buy what you're selling. You want someone to hire you, you want to onboard freelance clients, you want to negotiate a salary. All of this requires being able to sell yourself well. Most people I saw in my batch were pathetic at sales. They just did not know how to sell. They would stammer, they would stumble, they would just have low confidence when they would speak about themselves. If I would just ask them, hey, what's your 1-minute pitch about yourself? They would be clueless. They'll be like, give me some time, let me go back. That is bullshit. You need to be able to speak in 1 minute concisely who you are, why you matter, and why should I pay you money. That is your pitch. That is your sales ability. The fourth one is content, known as the oil for today, but the diamond for tomorrow. Knowing how to create content which engages people is so important in 2024. While most AI tools are able to build stuff and replace software engineers, they will all require distribution, marketing, eyeballs, and that is where you come into the picture. You don't have to be an influencer, but knowing how to create a piece of content on LinkedIn which gets traction, knowing how to create a piece of reel which actually is engaging and gets traction, knowing how to create a YouTube video, all of this is super important. This will communicate to me that you can actually sell effectively, and you can also communicate that in your content. Everything from the hook to the call to action matters when you're creating an engaging piece of content. And lastly, human behavior. I have met people who've built billion-dollar companies, people who have created huge impact, and the one secret they have is that they're great observers. They can understand what are people looking for, how much are they willing to pay, and how can they build something that someone would want to buy. That all comes from an ability to observe cleverly and being able to understand human behavior. What would someone need? When would they need it? How desperately do they want it? And how much can they pay for it? If you know this, you have won, right? Mark Zuckerberg at Harvard was not the best coder per se, but was amazing at understanding psychology of people. He was doing a psychology degree back then. So the point I'm coming at is knowing how to understand people and how they do what they do is super important. A brilliant book to read is Games People Play and 48 Laws of Power to actually understand how people act and why they do so. But you've all heard these skills before. What is special here? The speciality comes from being a living paradox. Be a paradox. Be a coder who's brilliant at sales. Be a writer who understands content. Be a marketing guy who can actually code and automate things. When you combine multiple skills, what you get is super powerful. It literally sets you apart from everyone in the market, because while everyone can do only one thing, you can actually combine multiple pieces and create and complete the puzzle. In a world where everyone looks like a template, copying everyone else, be an anomaly. Be someone who's a paradox, who combines two things which are completely different from each other and does something unique with them. That is how you will truly stand out. I was a Python developer who could actually design and create content on Instagram. And that is why I made videos. That is how I became a teacher at an academy. All of this happened because I knew how to communicate well as well. So I had 3 skills at play: communication, content, and software development. This was a powerful combo. That is how I made my first 1 lakh in a month in October of 2020. One more thing before we end this is the fact that your health is everything. And so never delay it for later. And that involves what you eat, what you drink, and how frequently do you hit the gym, and how many walks are you actually taking. This is super important. I've seen so many people who would actually spend their whole day in front of their laptop learning skills, becoming a coder, learning everything in the world and becoming the paradox, but they don't have a good body. They're just too fat. They're just too lazy. They're just sitting at one place. And there's nothing good about it. Steve Jobs once said, I have read so many books, but I only forgot to read the book of healthy life. And you don't have to do something crazy. It's as simple as taking a 30-minute walk every day as simple as making sure you're drinking enough water, at least 3 liters every day, as small as just making sure you avoid the sugars and the fried food and actually take protein rich food. That's all it takes. It's no rocket science. You can measure it every single day and you can actually see your health improving, your energy levels improving. And at the end, that is what truly matters. Do you really have the energy to do what you want at the age that you want? Most people get lazy because of the food they eat and the lack of activity in their day-to-day life. There is a reason India is becoming the diabetes capital of the world. That is why you read in the newspaper about young people having heart strokes, having heart diseases, having general problems with their life, being obese. And this again goes back to the first point I was talking about, which is your surroundings. If you hang out with 4 people who hit the gym every day, you will be the 5th one. If you hang out with people who only focus on protein rich diets, you will be the next one to focus on your protein. And the inverse is also true. So these are the 3 most important things you need to stand out of 99% of people in college. Also check out College Vidya with a link in the description. Again, the first one is make it or break it. Second one, the skills you need and to become a paradox by combining multiple skills. And the last one is to focus on your health because that is what matters at the very end. That's all from me today. Hit the like button and subscribe. Share this video with a friend. Follow me on Instagram at Ishan Sharma 90. Let me know in the comment section if you're still watching by typing I watched till the very end. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.